No. Hi there. So, sorry, I was chatting with my guest and lost track of time, but I'm not that late. Well, it is 5 p.m. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm so happy that you could be here today. Super excited about my mystery guest that's joining me here today. A lot of you know and love him and miss him, and some of my newer friends don't know him at all. And so I'd be really, really super happy to introduce our mystery guest. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Okay, mystery guest, I'm going to put you on screen. Surprise! Ryan, they're saying they can't hear you. Can you guys hear me? Did you mute yourself, Ryan? Yeah, you seem to be. Huh. Okay. 1 second, friends. Okay. I don't know. We don't know until we get feedback from the audience. Okay, Peggy says yes. Okay, they can hear me. They can't hear you. Okay, so what's going on here? Let's check. Let me check the. There's always going to be something technical that distracts us from the fun. Let's see here. You're not muted. Yeah, I lost your sound now too. Let's check your audio settings. AirPods.
All right. Is that better?
I hear you. Let's see if other people do.
There we go.
I see the mic moving now when you talk. Go ahead, talk.
Let's see. Start. Okay.
Okay, I hear it. I see
can't
it.
hear you
Okay,
now,
I hear
Tracy.
you. Yay!
They
Okay,
can hear me,
start.
but I can't hear you guys. Oh no. Oh, right. Hold on. Let me see what I did here, because if you guys can hear me, I just saw. Okay, that's working. Test video source. There we go. Oh my god. I think we got it. I had too much going on. There we go. All right.
Oh,
Surprise.
AirPods too. I don't.
In typical fashion, the brilliant and anyways, I'm so sorry about that too.
No
As I
worries.
said, I really wasn't kidding when I said hold on, guys. Are you kidding me?
Ryan has a little one there.
I'm gonna Willow, please stop. I can't yell.
They want you to. Alyssa and John want you to start over.
Oh my god. Willow, go lay down, please. You want to say hi really quick? Come here. Come here. Come up. Come say hi. Let's get out of the way.
Oh, look how
This is Miss Willow. She just turned 2. What was it? 2 days ago. So yeah, she's a loudmouth. She got big, big bark. All right, get down, please. All right, let me see what I can do because I can hear myself, and that's a little distracting.
That's
Are you
annoying.
used to it? Do you hear yourself too, T?
No, I don't use my AirPods. I strictly use my iPhone camera.
Okay, and where's your sound coming from? Like, how are you hearing?
Through my iPhone.
Oh, well, let me just see one thing here.
Yeah, because the weird part is that you say something and then your mouth. Oh. Wah, wah, wah. No. Okay. Can you hear me, Ryan? Sweet.
Mute myself. All right, take the AirPod out. I can. Now it's coming out of my TV, so it won't be loud enough for my microphone to pick up the interference. But oh my goodness!
We're gonna get there. We will get there.
All right, I think we're balanced.
I think so too. Everybody, are we here?
Let me start over.
Yep.
Okay. I was bringing up the chat so I could.
Right, where you can see actually how far behind they are from us.
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm caught up. I can see the chat. We're golden. Hi everyone. My name is Ryan, and I'm from Glitter Grunge Greetings, and this is my very first live in 4 years doing cards. And thanks to Tracy inviting me tonight. So
Thanks so much for agreeing to come. I figured you'd turn me down. I was like, well, you know what? It's worth a try.
oh my goodness. No, it was I was pleasantly surprised. I was more questioning, am I ready for this? And obviously we're going through some growing pains with technology and a new setup, and I live in a new place, and so it's a lot of new things this last year. And yeah, I just thought it would be a good time to pick back up where I left off, but differently.
Yeah, yeah, going different. So tonight, so what I've seen from Ryan, and I'm gonna have him expand on this, is that he doesn't have a lot of supplies just yet. And so because of that, I'm going to work with, because I have everything, you guys know that, and so did Ryan at one time. I'm going to work with minimal supplies too, because there's a point here. And so let's go hands down and get your stuff together while you tell everybody the point of Glitter Grunge Greetings, what your new kind of mission statement is.
Absolutely. Let me get down. Change my screen here. Good to see everyone. I want to say hi, Elizabeth and Crafty Visage. Is it Visage or Visage?
I think it doesn't.
And what does that word mean? Empty nest. Who else?
Like visionary.
You got a lot of people. Ciao. Oh my God, ciao. I hope you're well. It's like a blast from the past. I was just watching Elizabeth on with Dawn. You guys had a live, and it was hilarious. Melissa Crawford, how are you? All right, let me go down here, and we'll switch camera views. There we go.
Doesn't he look great? Oh my God, he looks like 10 years younger.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for that. That's very kind. Let me see. I'm gonna try something here and see. Not that I'm trying to do anything fancy, but
You do, boo. Are you trying to get your both cameras on?
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it midstream.
You'd have to shrink yourself somehow.
Oh, it's locked. That's why. Okay.
There you go. Oh, you're itty bitty though.
Too small.
Well, I mean,
We'll cover the distressings.
there you go.
I'm still a lunatic, everybody, so that hasn't changed. I just manage the lunacy a little bit more responsibly these days.
Well, you keep telling yourself that.
All right. So as you can see, what you see in front of me is basically what I have to my name right now when it comes to inks and blending tools. It's so ironic because I've been waiting on a Tim Holtz stamping platform, which I'm sure everyone here knows you just can't get in the United States, thanks to my sweet Petunia. And I say that with nothing but affection and sarcasm. But I did find a website, Craftelier. It's a French company, and they're selling them brand new. So I got it today. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to do a video with it, sort of a baptism, if you will, because I had to go back to some certain things. You know, I'm definitely on a tight budget these days, but there's certain things I couldn't live without if I was going to get back into this. So setting the foundation, and I'll be doing a whole like restart stamping video where I kind of share with you guys how I'm building my craft and card making setup from the beginning, because that's basically where I'm at right now. It's 100%. All I have were Copic markers for the last year, and they've served me well, and they will continue. But I need more. You know,
You do. I mean, you do.
I need to make messes. You know, with the Copic coloring, it's so precise and mindful, and it's very intense. So, for me at least. So I like to have that sort of that yin and yang where now I can kind of just make a mess and still make it look beautiful with you know the grunge.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And this is why a lot myself and a lot of my friends enjoy junk journaling aside from card making, because it's just free. It's just frickin' free. There's no rule of thirds. Well, I mean, there's always rules, but it's just, slap this and slap that, and you can do the same on your card background.
Yeah, I was watching Bitty Pennies this morning. I was up and I was like, oh my goodness, she's the one that does the early morning lives. I work at 5:30 in the morning every day for work, so I'm usually up by 3:30 every day. So
Yeek.
yeah.
Well, me too, but I don't have to go to work. I retired a couple of years ago.
Oh, fantastic. Congratulations.
Oh man, it was an adjustment, I'm telling you. When you work for your whole life and it's just part of your routine, and then you don't work, it's like, okay, what do I do?
100%. 100%. I realize now I'm pretty routine based, like, and it's like the only way I can function, you know, with my recovery and just having a balance with my hobbies, my social life, my responsibilities. It's a lot. I got really spoiled during the pandemic when I only had, you know, nothing but free time and a lot of extra cash flow coming through, and you know, it was perfect to for me at that point. But you know, then back to reality, and yeah, so I am starting my journey here with glitter grunge. We're going back to basics, and I've got myself a nice little set of distress ink, the mini cubes, and these I actually got on Facebook Marketplace from an amazing seller. She had like 100 different stamps. I wound up spending $140, and I got this entire bundle of stamps. And I was like, wow, with these stamps, I can pretty much do any kind of card. And I can definitely, even though they're not, you know, specifically Tim Holtz, all of them, I can definitely put my mixed media flair on them. And I think that's what I want to challenge myself with glitter grunge. I was so addicted to the Tim Holtz brand, and I became a real big snob. And I'm really trying to open my horizons. And I only picked the distressing minis because they were in my budget. They're a really nice, affordable way to, start building your palette in the distress line without breaking the bank. So
Right. Right.
I'm sorry, I'm very talkative. I'm also
No,
drinking
I want you to
caffeine
be.
tea right now to stay
I
up.
always hate having to fill in the sound. I do it, but as a rule, like in a crowd, I'm the quiet one that's always listening and never talking.
Yeah, I can't relate. Well, it's interesting because when I'm coloring and I was filming videos for that, I couldn't talk. It was one of those things that my intros would become 45 minutes while I was trying to figure out what I was going to color next. So
Right.
I have been practicing a little bit. And if I miss any questions or anything, I don't know, T, if you feel free to shout them out. Oh, Tiffany, hello, my dear. I've been watching your videos, get myself refreshed on some basic Tim Holtz techniques, and just your techniques actually, because you're a huge inspiration of mine. So amazing that you're here.
She's a really good supporter.
Yeah, I think we crossed paths a little bit right towards the end. But as I was gearing up to move out of that apartment that I was in for a year, where I started Glitter Grunge, I think that's really what broke me, to be honest. Moving thousands and thousands of dollars worth of art supplies by myself into an apartment, my first time being sober on my own. It physically took everything out of me. I was also 60 pounds heavier. So just the pure labor of packing everything, moving everything, organizing everything. It was kind of a nightmare. So it was like, be careful what you wish for. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing.
Trust me, I feel you right there. Because pretty soon, at least for me, I've kind of outgrown my space. And
Okay.
I can't have anything new. Not that I need anything new, but I just can't. There's just where is it gonna go? There's not a square inch of space in here. And and I'm too lazy to destash. But I have a few people who probably need some things. What are you doing for a living these days, Ryan?
I currently work at a dog boarding daycare facility. It's a luxury hotel, just opened in March. And yeah, I closed the bakery business back in 2023, beginning of 2023. And so, once again, it was the addiction that really kind of took down that ship as well. So I've lost some pretty big things in my life due to my alcoholism, and I'm happy to say that tomorrow is actually my 16th month sober from booze. And I won't dwell on it, but it definitely is still a part of my story. It will be for the rest of my life, and
Yeah.
it's also what's propelling me to pursue this again, because I've learned you got to just turn your pain into power. And these are the cards I was dealt. I'm in control and to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, it's like you got to get with your higher power. You got to get with your higher power to get through the tough times.
Well, too, it's important to talk about it, particularly, as you know, and this is going to be that cliche of sharing your experience, strength, and hope, and also, sharing your disaster, because, a lot of times after you're clean for a while, people start, assuming that you're not struggling. Hello.
Exactly. And for me, what I learned in hindsight was the addiction, even though I wasn't actively drinking, I wasn't going to AA, I wasn't working the program because we were in a pandemic, I mean,
Yes.
we had Zoom, we had all that stuff, and thank God I I met, Nancy and Chow and Stacy and Tracy. They got me through it, they were my family for a long time, and, it really is about community and staying connected, and I feel like the last few years, I've been very isolated living by myself, and it's my dog, I'm sorry. Very isolated living by myself, and, it was good for a while, I was able to really just kind of become introverted and look within and figure out a lot of things that I hadn't really worked through, um, but at the end of the day, we're social creatures, and as parasocial as YouTube is considered to some, it was a lifeline for me, during the pandemic and for many of us, so,
Yeah.
um, but when I relapsed in 2021, literally the day I moved, it was March 17th, 2021, I relapsed, and, it was tough because, unfortunately, the girls just didn't know that side of me, and we weren't really able to remain friends in my state, and I don't blame them, so but that's the past, and I've learned a lot. Um, I'm very grateful for, the fact that, you know, you're still up here, T, killing it, and I've learned a lot just lurking in the shadows and staying abreast to, all the stuff that's still going on with Tim Holtz, and I will say I'm not a full set syndrome person anymore. It's something I've really had to break both by necessity because, I went broke, and,
Yes.
that'll do it, that'll do it real quick, and,
Course.
but it's really I don't know, I think I'm more humble, which doesn't sound like a very humble statement when you think about it, but, seems seems ironic, um, but you know what I'm saying, hopefully.
I do.
I
Yeah, I do.
certainly have a new
Overall.
perspective overall, yeah, but I'm still the big old ham I was, I was in theater throughout high school, and, I mean, I wanted to go on Broadway when I was young, and
Oh,
that's why I have a Broadway sleeve on my arm, and I always loved entertaining people and being in front of people, and that's something that I just kind of suppressed for so long, being lonely and disgusted with myself, and guilt and shame are tough,
good.
they're useful, but you can't stay there. You can't live
No,
with that, you gotta let it go. Let that shiz go.
y'all.
So anyways, I'll of course, I'll talk about myself till the cows come home, but I don't wanna make this all about me. I, I'll just really briefly explain what I've been kind of just working on the last couple of days. I'm lucky enough for right now where I work on part-time. I do have a wrist injury that I'm rehabilitating with, so I'm down to kind of part-time there. I got, like, a 3-day weekend every week, so I have some time now I can really invest and dedicate to filming, and I think I'm gonna start off with more filming and editing videos than I am gonna do live because I tend to ramble, as you'll notice when I'm live, but I can be more concise and edit a video, which is perfect for me. Um, so yeah, I've been working I don't have any, I'll tell you what I do have, I won't tell you what I don't have, let's focus on the positives. So, for cardstock, since I've been using Copic markers the last year, taking kit and clouder classes, which I recommend 1000%. Elise Keegan over at Kit and Clouder, she's a fantastic instructor for Copic coloring and Prismacolors too. But these are some of the cards. I got to a point where I was doing. Let me grab my portfolio really quick.
Awesome.
I got to a point where I was spending a month on one particular coloring page, and I'm learning delayed gratification. But dear Lord, that was you gotta love the process, and I'm not a natural born artist, so I didn't go to art school, and I'm learning, these are all lessons, so it became tedious, and do I have this even in the upright position? So, there we go. So I'll start from the beginning. These are my I had a coloring channel too, Color and Recover, and I was kind of back and forth with Ryan colors, and I was like, "You know what? As much as I love coloring, as much as I feel like I have improved, I'm not a teacher of coloring. I don't have the patience to teach or to do tutorials or color alongs, and frankly, it's really tough to get a really good camera angle as you're coloring to be useful for the viewer so that I can see what I'm doing and they can see what I'm doing. I just couldn't do it. And I always knew that, like, card making was just I was a natural at it. So these are some of the kitten clouder images that I have done over the last year. As you can see, these are full size 8.5 by 11, which take a long time. And I love them. It's been very rewarding. As you can see, I have a couple of them on canvas behind me. I wound up getting them for like $10 at CVS printed, which was a steal. But I've really been trying to focus on coloring, which has really gotten me through the last 16 months of sobriety. When I was unemployed, when I was depressed and going through a lot of dark times, coloring always pulled me out of my head, and I had to focus, and I had to get out of my head. And as a Gemini, I live in my head too. So, I don't know what you can I ask what your birthday is?
Yeah, I'm a
You seem like a
Leo.
fire sign.
I'm a Leo
You're
with the
what?
Gemini
Oh,
moon.
I was gonna guess you give very fire sign, and that's a great thing. But as you can see, these have been really fun, a lot of work. So I got to a point where I was like, "You know what? These classes are actually intended to be for card making," because she has the original, pictures that she does in the tutorial cropped down to a card front image. So I was like, "You know what? I would like to try that because I don't have the patience to spend a month on one coloring page." Which is kind of the segue that motivated me to try them out on a smaller scale. Let me tell you guys, this is very teeny tiny, and,
Yeah, it is. Was that with
I'm just
Copic?
changing my there we go. So these are Copic markers, yeah. Um, this is a 5 by 5, 5.5 by 5.5 inch card, and I just put it on some craft card stock because you know, I love me my craft card stock, and I was a little, um, what's the word? I was intimidated because it's so small. I was like, "How am I ever gonna be able to control a Copic marker and get the detail and not flub it up?" But I didn't give
Did.
myself enough credit because I'm pretty happy with how these smaller ones have turned out, and they get done in an afternoon, like maybe 4 to 6 hours tops, and they're done, and I can handle that. I'm impatient, so progress, not perfection, right? So this is
Right.
what I'm working on right now, little hydrangea bloom.
Oh boy.
And, it's just something
Nope.
I like to pick up. I like to get up early in the morning with my cup of tea. I like to color for about half an hour. I have a whole ritual. My coworkers think I'm insane. Um, before I hurt my wrist, I was doing yoga 3 to 5 times every week, and that's actually what caused this wrist injury.
Oh
When I
no.
moved into my brother's, and that's where I live now, I'm actually, I moved into my brother's house, and, I've been here since April 1st. And, just for me to be able to, 1, not be alone. Living by myself for 4 years was very tough. That's why I got Willow too. You know, I got her, it'll be 2 years in October. So, you know,
I'm
I've been
so glad your
slowly
brother let
building
Willow move in.
what's that?
I'm so glad your brother let Willow move in too.
Well, here's the irony. If you all remember when I was in my supported living apartment back in 2020, I had mentioned that I had a dog before I went to rehab, and, her name was Pumpkin, is Pumpkin. So I had a dog, had for about 4 months, then I went to rehab, then I went to a halfway house, and then I went to support living. So I couldn't have her for almost a year and a half. So my
Oh.
brother took her in,
Oh.
and he's had her ever since. So what's serendipitous
Oh.
is that now my dog and now his dog live together in the same house, and they're buds. So it's really quite surreal, actually.
That's so cool.
So I have my old dog, who's now my brother's dog, he's raised her now for 4 or 5 years, and now I have Willow, who just turned 2 on the 8th.
I remember when you first got her because I was following your coloring channel.
I know. I was so hot and cold with that, and it wasn't until I realized, I'm like, I kept thinking I kept having these thoughts of like, what's my intention with YouTube? What am I trying to do? Am I trying to stay connected? Am I avoiding my real life friendships in life, my real life relationships? Am I just trying to strut my stuff? Am I really trying to help people? These are all inner dialogue questions, and
Yeah.
I had to be honest and open with myself, and um, a lot of it was just for ego. A lot of it was for just redemption and trying to, I felt like I had let down the crafting and card making community so hard that I was like, I might as well latch on to coloring, which, let me tell you, has blown up thanks to TikTok. I can't believe how popular adult coloring is now.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's annoying, and I'll tell you why. Because the whole trend on TikTok is like the higgy, cutesy coloring books, that are like they look like they could be for a kid. And I have books like Kirby Rosanis and Johanna Bashford books. Those are more for adults. But it's the TikTok that's just perpetuated the oh hoo hoo markers, and it's nothing but ads and ads and ads to buy markers now. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge too harshly, but I'm not a big fan of that kind of coloring book. I like more realistic. Hey Troy, I'm doing a live stream. My brother,
Hi, Troy.
Live stream. You want to come up and say hi, Troy? He's in construction. What'd you say about the toilet? You should only stream it. My brother, we're very much alike in so many ways. We're a little Looney Tunes, but he's so funny. He's 4 years younger than me, 3.5 if you ask my mom. So we'll go with 3.5. We must honor thy father and my mother. All right, I swear I'm gonna do something. But anyways, long story short, just to catch you up, I moved in here. My brother so graciously had the room. It's funny, my mom's lived here. His ex-girlfriend was here for 7 years. Everyone's lived here, and it's out in the country. I have horses in my backyard.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
I'm not in the city anymore. I've become a little country bumpkin. Hardly. You can't take the city out of the boy out of the city. You can take the boy out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the man. Okay? No, but I love it. It's way more laid back. It's calm. It's quiet. Most
Probably
importantly,
smells
serenity
better.
now. Serenity now. And I don't have to worry about sirens in my videos. Troy, what's up?
Motorcycles.
Motorcycles to ambulance. All right. So really quick, obviously I can't talk in craft either. I'm also extremely nervous right now. So these are the cards, kind of backgrounds I've made so far. This was done with Canson mixed or Bristol Smooth. Whoops.
That's what I use for ink blending is the Bristol Smooth. It's great.
Oh my god, it's the best. I used to be obsessed with the Tim Holtz mixed media heavy stock, but that crap is expensive. So I actually just ordered another one of these in 11 by 14, or it's 11 by 15. That we have to get 6 A2 size card fronts from each panel. So it comes down to about 10 cents per card panel, as opposed to, I got to figure everything out on the, to the cent. And then I think the heavy stock came down to it was like 3 or 4 times as much for one. I couldn't justify that.
Yeah.
So I use that for my ink smushing and for my watercoloring. I do plan on getting some Canson watercolor paper down the road, just to have those two for kind of my mixed media, and I'm just gonna stick with those two. And I'm not going to say for now because I love these papers. There's no need for me to look anywhere else. For ink blending, I was very surprised at the Hanson or Hammermill color cover copy. The Hammermill color cover copy. And that's the one with the chameleon on the front. And it's a great cardstock. It's recommended by a lot of people for alcohol marker blending.
Yeah.
And it works great for ink blending. So the problem is they only have an 80-pound cardstock in that 80-pound in that cardstock. Sorry, I can hear myself, and it's very distracting. Let me see.
Oh God, I know.
Because it's like I talk, and then I can hear myself talk like a second after, so it cuts off my thought process.
Let me put on my AirPods and see if that helps.
I'm wondering if this helps. All right.
Okay, only one of my AirPods is working. Testing. Looks like sound's working though.
That's not good. Let me see here real quick.
So you're real
I'm fuzzy,
fuzzy to me. I think it's my air.
Mess with stuff. Turn that off. We'll figure it out for the next time. I'll be a pro by the next time with this. I've never used VDO or OBS to stream like this, so now I can't hear you, but let me see. Can I hear now? No, I can't hear. Is that the one? Hang tight. I can't hear you, T. I'm sorry. Let me check my audio setting here. All right.
Audio source, iPhone microphone.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. All right. I'm just gonna turn that down even more. I'm gonna try to be able to hear you, but I'm so loud.
I'll just be quiet.
It's terrible. Where's the chat? I feel like. Okay. Can you guys hear us both now?
I can hear you twice, and I can hear myself twice. As long as we're not echoing for them, I'm okay. Hey.
Uh-oh. Don't start this.
Testing.
There we go. I still hear an echo now.
Yep. We both have echoes. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Too annoying.
See if that helps.
Let me check.
Let's see.
OBS Ninja.
Is something else picking up my audio?
Huh. Okay. I can hear you. And I hear no more echo. What do you mean you can't hear yourself? Oh, okay. I got you. I'm here. Yep. I don't think he's muted. Give it a second, Ryan, because they're way behind. No, I just use my fist. Oh, for ink smushing. No, I can see they can't hear you because you are muted somehow, somewhere. Because I can't see any movement from your stuff. Yeah, we're working on it. Thank you guys. We'll get it here. We had it before. I wonder because you've got another camera on, but it's muted. It's showing a mute this. No, it's not muted. Ah, hang on. Yeah, still no sound from you. I mean, I can hear you, but the audience can't hear you. Dang it, Bobby. Yeah, I love King. I don't know what you did either, but there's still no movement here in. Absolutely. You can do that if you like. I have no idea. You know I don't know. Okay. He's gonna go out and come back in. See if that fixes it. Oh, you guys are so too kind. While we're waiting, let me say hi here to people. Hello, Chris. Hi, Stacy. Good to see you. Hi, Kenzie. Cindy, Jim, Maddie. Let's see. Dawn, thank you for moderating, Dawn. And thank you, Melissa, for moderating. Yeah, my Verizon days are back, Jim. You're right. Let's see. Okay, I'm waiting here for him to kind of come back in. Anti-Caffeine Crafts, hello, hello. Michelle McCarthy, hi, good to see you. Elizabeth, hi, thanks for moderating. Ciao, hi, thanks for moderating. I think I got everybody. Lisa, hello. Ba, 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 ba. If I missed you, say hi again. Hi, Tiffany. I think I said hi to you. Streaming is hard, especially, yeah, when like your software doesn't cooperate. Yeah, screen Ryan's not frozen. Ryan's actually is going out and coming back in. So I'm waiting for him to come back in to add him back to the stage. Okay, that's your sound, right, Ryan? Okay, and it's showing muted on my end. Let me unmute you. Okay. Are you there? Okay. Great. I can still hear you. Yes. Yeah, we don't have a mailing address, but he might have one on his channel, and when he gets back on here, we'll bug him about it. Everybody's wanting to send you stuff, Rye. Oh, you took off on me again. Come back here. Okay. Okay, there's your solo. I need your sound. Okay, there's your sound. And sound is not working. Let me get your face back on the screen here. All right, guys, thank you so much for your patience, by the way. Technical difficulties. Now, let's see if I can get his sound working. You're muted on both, my friend. Audio settings. No microphone selected. Audio settings. Ah, you don't have a mic. AirPods. Okay, microphone and AirPods. Okay, AirPods and AirPods when you're face down. We're getting there, friends. Getting there. I can hear you. Okay, let's make sure. Let's make sure that I add this sound. Add a media source. Let me see. This is going to be a browser source. No, cancel that. I think it's going to be a browser source.
Yeah, my microphone is in a different.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Okay. Now, if I can get your picture to come back, that would be great. We're getting there. Now I cannot get picture to come back. Now, why are you being like this? Copy. Let me try. Copy solo view link. Wait. Yeah, you're guest one. It's the same doggone link, so I don't know why it's being like this. Paste. Okay. There you are. Okay. Do you have an echo? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. There's no echo. I still hear myself,
Okay.
but I'll get over that.
No echo here. Do you guys have an echo? Do you guys see Ryan?
Well, this
The
will go
chat will be
down.
behind, so you have to wait.
This is one to remember, T. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, I could have used StreamYard, but we don't get such good resolution, using the free version.
I'm sure there's an easy way that I just don't know how to do it.
Same here. Yep.
I'll have to do a lot of research after this. Because this is definitely a very...
Okay, they're saying they can hear an echo from both of us. Okay.
Turn that off.
Can you hear me now? No, whatever you're turning off. Okay, I see why we're getting an echo. Go ahead and turn that back on.
Okay.
Okay, how about now, friends? Because I had both your camera and the browser.
Putting out audio.
Yeah, it should be better. Should be better. Oh, Abraham, sorry to hear you haven't been feeling well.
So I think I'm gonna do echo still.
Okay, don't mess with anything.
I won't touch anything.
Mess with mine. Okay, this sound is on. Let's make sure this sound is off. Yeah, it seems to be playing from both your AirPods as a microphone.
Oh, let me see. How is that?
It echoes here, but I don't know how it is for everybody else.
Videos. Oh no, it's no audio.
Okay, now the echoes for me. Ryan sounds better. Help me, Rhonda.
Let me do this.
Let's throw that away. Okay, now I see myself only once. I see you, Ryan, only once.
Cheers.
Hopefully I fixed the echo on mine too, because I added something. Okay. Yay, I sound better now. Thank
Not
you.
touching anything.
Yeah, no touchy.
Should have done a screen recording so you could remember what you did.
I'm just going to leave it alone and just everybody gets their own screen. Okay. Yep. No more echo. We're stopping. Okay. Go ahead, Ryan. Get to work.
All right, for real. I'm trying to dodge doing anything of substance.
You got this, my friend.
Echo is gone. All right, good.
Yes, we're healthy now. Make a note of what I did. Stacy, do you really think I make notes? Are you kidding me?
All right. What do I want to do? I was gonna demonstrate how nice the hammer mill.
Oh, ink blends on. Good idea.
Yeah. This is the 80 pound, so it's a little more lightweight. It does come in 100 pound, but I had a whole ream of this. I bought last year when I was trying to do alcohol marker coloring on a budget, and I do have to still say that the Express It blending card is the superior paper for Copic markers for me. But this is a good alternative. It's it just takes a little bit more work and there's a lot more bleeding with this. But when you're ink blending, water-based dye inks, that's actually can be advantageous. So
Right.
learn to embrace it. So I'm starting with a little A2 sized piece of that hammer mill, and I'm gonna do. Let's see, I've done some rainbow. I'm gonna do a little bit of a cool to warm, some pinks and oranges. I don't know.
I love those tones together.
And maybe we'll throw in a little bit of. See, I'm gonna stick there because I'll just wind up doing a rainbow if I keep going. I need some self-control. Excuse me. All right. So I love this silicone mat from Tim Holtz. It's the, I think 12 by 10, or I don't know how big it is exactly. But it's great because it does grip your cardstock and it also grips your ink pads. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I actually don't need to have all these open at once, I guess, but I guess for demonstration purposes. I think I'm going to put the wild honey back and we're going to grab mustard seed, which is like the truest yellow, I think, in the distress line. I've been doing a lot of learning and educating myself about the color palette. And now that I've spent over a year learning the Copic system, I'm like applying that to the distress inks. So I'm kind of just like how I built my Copic collection. I'm going based on like color family blends and, being more intentional instead of just buying the whole lot where I'm never going to use them all.
Yeah, because you can blend.
And that's something I never really, I was spoiled the first time around. I just had everything.
Right.
So I'm gonna just move those over. So I'm gonna start with a little bit of seedless preserves. It's not like the truest purple, but it's a really good purple because it can go.
My favorite in the distress line.
Is it?
Yep.
It can go warm or cool depending on what you mix it with.
Yep. I absolutely adore that color.
Yeah, I was absent for like the last half of his distress ink release colors when I got back and started watching his old videos. I was like, oh my goodness, there's like some good colors.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sad that he stopped making colors in the distress line. Not like I need any more, but you know.
I do know. I do. Believe me. I'm trying not to I'm trying to have what I say age well in 6 months from now, where I'm like not going to have a whole tower of crap behind me and go right back to my old ways.
Right, I get you.
But honestly, I'm very satisfied. I'm trying to have fun with even the limited amount of supplies I currently have, because I find it makes me have to be a little bit more creative. If everything's sort of like when I had everything, I used to have analysis paralysis, and I used to just my supplies were so abundant that nothing really felt special anymore. It was all sort of diluted. But that's just my attic brain.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like, when will I ever be satisfied?
Never.
It was just a void I was just trying to fill. But buying the stuff was almost like a replacement for me making the stuff, and that's what I said in my new trailer on the channel. I was like, my creating turned into collecting, and I kind of lost the plot. Oh, I just mixed a little bit of that. It's okay. So I got some generic brushes from Amazon. These little blending brushes. These are great. I've always enjoyed using these. My God, I freaking sound drunk because I hear this echo and then I'm
Oh no.
I laugh. I laugh about it now.
Let's see.
No, it's actually good. My boss is sober and in recovery. I have several coworkers who are also you know, on a sober journey.
Wonderful.
So
That's
there's a lot of
so helpful.
yeah, it really is. And not being the boss anymore, being able to have, you know, a regular relationship with employees and make friends.
Right, because
Some
you can't be their friend if you're their boss. I mean, you could try, but you
I
should.
tried and I failed.
Yeah.
I failed. It's funny, a lot of my employees didn't even know I was an alcoholic until I came out to them after like 5 years of being open. And I must have been a functional drunk for a while, but it catches up to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a supervisor where I work, which is just enough responsibility. I'm not the head boss. I'm not, you know, the untouchables. I don't know. If any of them are watching, they're regular crew. But it's also an industry that I've never been in. I've been a pastry chef for 17 years, and working in bakeries, working in patisseries, cake decorating, and now I work with dogs. And my dog Willow gets to come to work with me every day,
Far
which
out.
is amazing.
Yeah.
So it's such a perk for both of us. So as you can see, I'm literally not even thinking about what I'm doing, and I'm coming up with a pretty interesting blended background.
I love it. Oh gosh, that purple is just yummy.
It pops. It
Yummy.
makes everything just pop. So I kind of go in and I'm deciding, I think I'm going to kind of taper the color, fade the color in so it's almost like a vignette. And then, of course, these are just blank canvases, really. I can
Yeah.
go in with water, stamping, and just really rough them up, make them look
Exactly.
fun. And then what I really want to start doing is I got some removable sticker tapes, like the sheets, like the Masking Magic by
Uh-huh.
Gina K, but it's off-brand
Uh-huh.
and much more affordable. And so I really want to start masking and coloring images. Sorry, the echo in my ear, it cuts off at the end of my last word,
Oh,
so it's tripping me up. It's like I
sorry.
can't get a full sentence in without hearing myself. So I sound ridiculous, and I'm sorry.
Just clip, say a few words and stop. A few words and
There,
stop.
yes, just a couple words. But yeah, this is the hammer mill, and I'm just deepening up a little bit of this pink, the picked raspberry. Gosh, it's hilarious. And I got spiced marmalade for my orange. You really don't even need an orange because if you blended the raspberry over the mustard seed, uh, you get a nice little orange anyways.
You got me going on a song. Sorry. Get you, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love that song. I grew up and still am a diehard Christina Aguilera fan. So
Okay.
she was one of my biggest influences as a female artist growing up, and I'm 35, so it was like dead center of like elementary school, right when I was, impressionable and pop music was good. Not that it's not now, but
I don't know.
it's evolved, we'll say. I want to get the chat up so I can see what you guys are talking. Did I close everything down?
Melissa, earworm. Yep. Exactly.
Let me come back. Live chat. Oh, they're talking about the brushes. Yeah, they're very affordable. And I just got, let's see, a few things. I'm not going to open them here because I'm going to save it for the
yeah,
first
save it
video.
for your debut.
But these were on Prime for $11.99 for 3 of them. So $4 a piece. And these are going to hold my blending brushes, my there's a few things I want to pop in here. So I had to pick those up.
Absolutely.
Essentials. These are essentials.
They are essential.
You got to have a good foundation and you got to have a good flow, just like a kitchen. I can't work in just any kitchen. I can, but it's not fun. So we do this because we want to have fun, not to make it work, at least for me. So there are certain luxuries and creature comforts that I will still own and buy at some point, just like a stamping platform.
Right.
But I'm really going to get good at hand stamping. I'm determined. All right, so I got to finish up. I think I'm just going to take whatever residual ink is on these brushes and just kind of fill in the center. And then we will play with some water.
It's always a work in progress. That's what I'm always telling viewers. I'm like, stuff might look weird to you at first, but just keep going and trust the process.
That's the thing. It's having that self-confidence and not letting your inner doubtful mind consume you, at least for me.
Yeah.
You got to risk it for the biscuit.
I'll take a biscuit. Yeah.
So, you may just make a horrible mess or you may make a work of art, but until you try, you'll never know.
You won't know. That's right.
All right. So I always like to think that a yellow is really nice because it goes with all these colors. It'll just brighten things up, trying to avoid the purple so we don't get, but it's nice. We get some tones of some earthy tones from the mixing, which is always great for grunge. So this is good for me.
And you've got your fellow fans out there too that are counting on it.
I know. You were saying in one of your recent videos that you were doing that card that you put all those like puzzle pieces, that mosaic, that was incredible.
Oh, thanks.
And you made a comment and you're like, people are complaining I'm not doing enough grungy stuff.
It's true. Because that before I got on design teams, that's pretty much what I did. And when I could get away with it, even with design team products. But a lot of the stuff that I've been doing isn't grunge. I could make it grungy, but I don't feel like it gold. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It'd be like making a black ice cream cone. Although Listen, licorice loving ice cream people, don't come at me.
Oh, first of all, is that a thing?
Yes, my mom loved it.
Okay. More for her.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't hate licorice, but it's one of those tastes I don't need to dwell on. Short and sweet. Give me a little licorice chew, a Twizzler. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'm not looking for it. I
I'm
would
not
try it
looking
though.
for black
Licorice ice cream.
Ugh.
It'd probably be good with like a peppermint ice cream or something else. Like, I'm trying to think what goes with licorice. If I were to do
With
that,
black
like,
licorice? Onions.
yeah, onions.
I'm just going savory with it.
We had, so I worked last summer. I worked at an artisanal ice cream shop and a chocolate shop. They had dual businesses in one, and they were in my old neighborhood. And they had a bloomin' onion ice cream where they basically took a vanilla base and they put a whole bunch of like French onion dip seasoning in it, and then fried onions.
I think
Like
I
the
might
little
like that. I
crispies.
mean, I heard a rumor that Sonic's onion rings are made with vanilla milkshake.
Well then, we got to investigate.
Oh, Kelly says they have a garlic ice cream. Of course they do, because garlic capital of the United States, at least, right? Central California, or I don't know, Armpit, California. You gotta remember, my state. I'm from that state. I'm allowed to say it. Yeah.
Oh, you're from California. I think I knew that.
Gross. Get out of here. I didn't get him. Uh-oh, Cindy's after me. I knew somebody would. Waiting for that one to dry, and then I'll make a focal point. Maybe I'll get to it. Let's see. How do I want to approach this?
I think I went out of order here.
Sir, you're out of order.
I'm all over the place. Dear Lord. Okay. So this is a little smushing tool. I forget the channel. I'm subscribed. What's her name? I'm going to look it up. Hopefully it'll pop up here. Is it paper? Oh, it's in my history. Let me see. So this, she's from the UK, and I don't know if I think she originated the idea of this little tool. It's in my recent history, so let me see.
It sounds familiar.
Oh my God, the Wicked soundtrack. I've been blaring it at work when I was doing dishes.
Oh, fun. Doing doggy dishes?
Doing doggy dishes, yes. We had so many dogs over the 4th of July weekend. We were quite busy. Oh, here we go. It's N as in Nancy, B as in boy, cards. NB cards. And
okay, I got you.
She came up with this little ink smushing contraption, and you can make it so easy. It's basically a paper towel, a Ziploc bag, and tape or a binder clip. And it just gives you more control on where you want to place your color, how deep you want to go.
Can I see my scissors? There they are.
Because ink smushing sometimes can turn out, it can be risky business.
Yeah, especially if you want lots of different colors.
Just got to remember to clean it. You can make it in all different sizes too. A little more orange in there. I'm gonna make like a really small detail one to really get some fun textures.
Yeah.
Love the texture. I have the white studio mat from Tim Holtz, the big one. I got it on Michael's actually yesterday. Ordered it online, and it was only $32. And normally it's like close to 50.
Yeah,
So,
I bought it. Of course
I see you're not using. Do you like it?
It's just too big. I have this. Remember that little red thing I sent you years ago?
Yeah.
I have tons and tons of this material. So I had some. And the funny thing was, is back when I was sharing that, Cindy Decker bought this roll, and we met up last year.
Oh, no kidding.
And she brought it to me. So I'll cut you off some and send it to you, because
Tracy,
you can never have too many.
They're
And she brought it to me so I would share it. So I better share it.
You've been talking about, you've been using silicone mats since I've known you.
Before everybody else.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of heat real quick. I'm not sure how loud this is gonna be. So
don't worry about it. We allow sound here.
What's going on here? I did keep my Ranger Crafter or heated tool.
Right, because it has other uses, right?
Yes. I can emboss. I can blow dry.
Yes. You can use it to shrink wrap tubing. If you're working on something electrical.
I'll leave that to the professionals. I flinch every time I put something in an outlet. You know, I'm like, oh, this is it. This is how I go.
This is the day I die.
This is the day I die. Trying to overload a freaking power strip. I was thinking about that earlier, actually. I got like 1, 2, 3, 4 lights on me. So I'm like, oh, my brother's going to be like, want to come look at this light bill?
Right. Can you help a fella?
So as you can see, and I literally was barely looking at this as I was doing it because I'm so distracted, but
it came out cool.
It came out cool, right?
Yeah, that's super cool.
Such little effort, and you get a really big payoff.
That reminds me, that design right there kind of reminds me of your Glitter Grunge logo.
Hey. You're definitely right about that. By the way, I've been locked out of my Glitter Grunge email for like over a year. Well, I haven't used it. So I went to go log in, and now they have a 30-day waiting period for me to be able to access. But luckily, I have access to my recovery email. So I think I have like 12 days left in that 30 days. So it's just recently that I was like, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to triple G it up again. So I'm just going to go in. I'm going to use
several requests for an address, but I noticed you haven't responded.
Oh, you asked for my address?
I didn't. Everybody in the audience is.
Oh, really?
Because everybody still has your old address, you know, from when you lived across from the bakery.
Yes. And I have every card that was sent to me. I'll have to go through and find, well, I have them in my file cabinet, but I'll have to bring them out. So I know many of you guys were always thinking about me and, you know, saying prayers, and, you know, I'm not going to dwell on the past. You know, I did what I did out of necessity. And in hindsight, you know, there was no way I could sustain the way I was going, both my health, my physical health, my mental health. I was on 6 design teams, Tracy. Like, owned
I
a bakery.
understand. It's a job then. It's not fun anymore.
I was burnt out, so burnt out, and I had to prioritize the bakery because people were relying on that for their employment.
Right.
And, it was a bigger responsibility to me at that time.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
no regrets. I don't regret closing the bakery down. I finally have a balance, a work-life balance. And sadly, that's one of the things with owning a business. You're kind of married to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I
So I'm
know.
going in a little bit of more pink picked raspberry.
So if anybody's wondering, I have stamped on tea dye paper and now I'm painting it with distress inks and oxides. The little butterflies to go onto my card.
Those are beautiful.
Do you have a die cutting machine, Ryan?
I got one on eBay. I haven't even opened it yet. Brand new.
The platinum? Is that a platinum?
Platinum 6, brand new, $120.
Nice.
Shipped. It's got a little scuff. It came in another box. But the listing said it was brand new, and I peeked into it, and like literally everything's in there. So I don't know if I'm going to do an actual unboxing on this because I'm not an expert on die cutting, and I still have to like brush up and review the best way. I've never used that before. I've had the Gemini. I've had the Big Shot. The Big Shot. What was the foldaway? I had the
Switch?
foldaway.
You had the
I
switch.
had the Switch.
Yeah.
I had the Switch. So I am good on a die cutting machine. I almost got the Simon Hurley Scout.
I got that.
2.5 inch. You do?
Yeah.
You use it a lot?
I actually do. At first, I didn't really like it, but I bought a magic mat for it, and it made all the difference.
Oh, no kidding.
But I have also the Mini Empress electronic because sometimes I just don't. I can't crank. I just can't crank.
Who's that by again? Is that Anna Griffin?
That's Anna Griffin. Yeah.
Okay. I was torn because I was like, well, for twice it was like double the price, right? I could have gotten it for like $60. But I was like, if I get the 6, it's so much more versatile. I can do embossing folders. If I'm going to invest in a machine, I just want one. And I want one that can do it all. And luckily, I have a spot to keep it and store it, and it still is a pretty small footprint. So I tried to be as what's the word? Not short-sighted. I tried to think long term as an investment. So it just came last night, and as I said, I get up for work at like 3:30 every day, and I usually am in bed by 7:30. So that's why I drank some caffeinated tea tonight just so I could be alert. I may have overdone it, but it's all right. Shock. Nicotine and caffeine are the two drugs that I still am pretty dependent on. So,
I understand.
it's progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
It's also going to be a lot of willow hair now in my projects that I was never used to before.
Oh yeah.
I can relate. I can relate to everyone that's like has the cats and the dogs and the. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this piece. I just figured I didn't want to waste any of that ink. I'm going to try not to heat set this over my open ink pads, but it's all good. We're really back to basics, but I was looking at this Simon Hurley inks, and I do enjoy a foam pad, but I also had all the Catherine Pooler inks at one point, and she's since come out with more.
Oh yeah.
As I'm sure you know. And I didn't stamp as much as I thought I was going to. So, and those foams are really good for stamping.
Yeah.
When I stamp, I'm going to be using, what do I got? I got some Gina K Obsidian and Whisper. These are for my alcohol marker cards. Alcohol marker friend. Excuse me. Holy crap. A frog. A literal frog.
Dang frogs.
Jumped into my throat. So I did get a couple of these cubes. It's funny. I just posted in the Gina K Facebook group. So when I got these a few days ago, I was like trying to get the damn things open. And her ink cubes are like...
I think I saw that, but I didn't realize
they are obnoxiously tight. And I think I've broken the seal enough where now it's not as difficult. But they did tell me it's the egg cracking technique. So you crack it. So I've learned. But let me tell you, to be a fly on the wall watching me open this the first time, I was like, it flew out of my hand. I like bashed into the side of the felt and like left a big dent in it. And I was like, oh my goodness. So it's all, listen, thank God for Facebook groups, right? I learned a lot. Who knew I had to be taught how to open up a ink cube, but here we are. So I got the Obsidian, and then I got the Whisper. This is for the no line coloring.
Whisper is good for that. I like it.
It's an investment, so I got the reinkers.
Yeah.
And I never would have believed you, T, if you had told me that I had bought Gina K anything. I'm gonna grab. Now that my stamping platform has arrived, I'll share with you guys what really kickstarted the idea to get me back into card making, along with the kit and clouder classes. But when I saw Gina K had a mandala maker stamp set and
you didn't have that already?
I was like, I have to get this. I have to do this because I have loved mandalas since I started coloring, which was back in 2019 when I went to rehab. My mom got me a set of Castle Art pencils and a couple of Jade Summer coloring books. And I could have stayed there forever because I was obviously not recovering. I was just coloring, but I had to go to a second one to learn the fundamentals of the program. The first time was like a little vacation.
I know it's not funny, Ryan. I'm laughing with you.
Oh, no, I know. Believe me. Listen, if I can't laugh at myself, who can I laugh at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do not take myself too seriously anymore. I probably should take myself more seriously if you ask my boss and coworkers, but I'm a lot freer now. I'm a lot, I feel like a lot of unburdened and weighed down by my past. So I've begun dating again. It's been 5 years. So getting back on the saddle.
Like on a date.
Yeah.
No hookups.
Well.
Okay, never mind.
Actually, no. I've been a good boy. Since I got Willow, actually, not too much information. Sorry, TMI, but it's been a while. And that's okay because at this stage in my life, I kind of know what I bring to the table, and you know, I'm not actively looking for love, but you know, I'm on some of the apps and I'm making conversations, and of course, being back on Facebook now, they're coming out of the woodwork. Oh my God.
Well, it finds you as far as my experience goes. And listen, I'm going to be 65 here next month, so I have a ton of experience.
This is very loud on my mic. My mom just turned 60 on the 22nd of May. She's also a Gemini, so there's that. But she turned 60, and Yeah, she's amazing.
There's
She's
some things
been
to change, man, as we get older. Like, we are less and less tolerant of crap.
well, that's the thing too. You know, her and I had to really I knew that this journey was a solo mission, you know, me staying sober, and we couldn't be codependent on each other, you know. So at the end when she became the co-owner of the bakery, it put a ton of pressure on our relationship to a point where I basically said, I would rather I need to salvage our relationship above this bakery. Because the bakery, I was allowing the bakery to turn me into a really nasty person. And, you know, I'm just grateful my mom's forgiven me, you know, for a lot of that. And,
Of course she did.
and she, you know, she just wants to see me happy and do what makes me happy. So, she was very supportive about me getting back into glitter grunge and card making, and she's loved my coloring. You know, she's a huge supporter and fan. So it's been good when I haven't been on social media to at least have someone tell you it looks good. You know,
Yes.
I think we all need a little validation here and there. So I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
switch
sometimes
this
I'll
up.
show my stuff to Mike and he'll go, "What's that?"
What am I looking at?
Like, never mind. No
Wrong
kidding.
crowd. Yeah, my brother, he appreciates it too, but he also like his hobby is dirt biking and um
Right.
yard work.
Yeah.
I'm an indoor cat. The pandemic really solidified that for me.
Hello, Lala. Hello, Alexis. Hi, Bitty Penny.
Biddy
So,
Penny, I was actually in
you
your
know,
live this morning. I said hi and I was like, oh, none of these people know the heck I am.
oh, so this is my friend Ryan of Glitter Grunge Greetings. Known her for, oh gosh, since about 2020, so about 5 years. And he's just recently gotten back into card making, so I really, really wanted him to come on the channel. And here he is, and I'm so lucky.
Oh my goodness, you're too kind. Where is our chat? Oh, that's right. I had to go back and find the ink smusher lady. Trying to be as politically correct on YouTube nowadays.
Well, yeah.
I get canceled every day at work, so.
Do you?
I don't know what it is. I just don't tolerate BS anymore either. You know, I think looking at life with more clarity and appreciation, you learn to let go of a lot of stuff, but I also call a lot of stuff out, you know.
Yeah.
Also for the reaction.
Well.
I can be a scorch.
Oh gosh.
I'm going
You know,
to
you got to admit what you are, Bobby.
I love King of the Hill.
If that fly doesn't leave me alone, it keeps trying to fly in my mouth because my mouth's hanging open while I'm cutting this. This is why I'm never on face cam.
Rude. Yeah, we have had a invasion of stink bugs the last like 2 months in our house, and I don't know if they're true stink bugs. According to people I've talked to about it, they're actually not the same as the ones you found down in the south. But
oh, I hate those effers.
They just scare the crap out of me. I'll just like there's one right on my TV or my monitor, literally.
Right now?
Yeah.
Let
it's
me
dead.
see. Put them closer to the camera. Oh, it's blurry.
Let me see if I can
looks
focus.
like a dang. Oh gosh, yes, that's a stink. Don't smash him, Ryan.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, I hate those things. Oh, I don't know how you're even touching it.
Who needs the entomology stamp set when you got a real freaking beetle?
Listen, I have a dead one in a drawer. I have a big one of those water bugs. He's like this big, and he's
Oh,
in one of my plastic drawers upside down dead. And I'm leaving him there because I'm contemplating putting epoxy over him.
make a paperweight.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you could have like a Jurassic Park cane with like a amber handle.
Yeah.
That's pretty. No, I like that. That's very fascinating. I love. I went to college for biology, so I didn't finish, but I went. Um, there is a
Yeah.
difference.
Well, you
When I'm
picked
filling
up
out
something while
applications,
you
it's
were
like
there.
attended some college. I would rather retake chemistry 101 with Tim Holtz because those classes are amazing. Have you ever done his classes, T?
I haven't. No, it's never been in my budget, and if it was, I was spending my money on something else, like
Heard that.
more supplies.
Heard that. Yeah, I took that course during the pandemic, along with like Sandy Allnack's course for Copic coloring. I was just taking courses because I was like in my first 6 months of sobriety ever getting sober, and then we were in lockdown. So I'm like, I need
Right.
something.
Yeah, and I think that's fabulous. I went to college after I got clean too.
Good. Yeah, I feel like I'm an eternal student, but nowadays it's hard to go back to school. It's more of a risk, I think, because the industries are evolving so quickly with technology and AI. It's like what I go to school for today might not even exist 4 years from now.
Right. Hi, Anna. Good to see you. I saw you come in earlier. I just didn't get a chance to say hi because I'm just so busy yapping away with Ryan here.
This is a hodgepodge of a hot mess, but
Well,
I'm just gonna go in
you
and
used to be pretty famous for your murder scenes.
my crime scenes.
Yeah.
All right, I want to start layering and not blend so much because I got a lot of colors on here. If you heat set, for those that don't know, if you heat set in between colors, you'll layer because they're translucent. But if you do them wet on wet, you're going to get mixing. And not that
Sometimes
it's a
you
bad
want
thing.
it, and
Sometimes you don't want it.
sometimes
Yeah,
you don't.
exactly. So I want more texture. Just go in. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes you get to a point and you got to commit. You got to commit to the bit.
Move on.
This is going to be a very
Ooh. Okay, I have fussy cut out 3 little butterflies. They need to stand out
good
though.
for you.
Ground.
I like fussy cutting.
Me too. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add some of that glaze stuff. If I can find it. Where are you? I don't know. Where am I? There it is.
This is pretty funky. All right, we're gonna throw that over there. Let me think. I'm gonna clear my palette and start with some new colors. Or maybe I should start stamping.
Now, did you just give up on that last panel you were working on?
I was just making a couple, and then I was gonna, once I got a couple backgrounds made, I was like, I can go back in and embellish.
Right. Start making
let's just say
an actual card.
I would not be ready for stamp wars today.
That'd be a negative for me.
All right, so these are the two we got. One's got a little bit more, is a little bit more dynamic. This one would probably be a good background to do die cuts from, or even just like a back panel. But I definitely need something white on here to break up all that color. So a background like this, you can use a lot of ways. I think for tonight, though, I don't know. What do we got? Like, I don't know how late your lives usually go. So I know you got it.
Well, I mean, they go until I'm done, but I usually like to get done in time by 7 o'clock, which would be 8 o'clock your time,
Okay.
because my friend Diane goes live, and I do like to be respectful of other people's time,
Oh
even
yeah.
though you can't be careful of everybody's time.
I get
I'd
it.
still like to, because I like to go watch her videos, and Elizabeth's on her tonight, so I do
Oh,
want to make sure to
fun.
support her.
I might have to go check that out. I don't know. I'm probably due for a quick dinner and probably going to bed.
Yeah, right, because you got to get up so early.
Yes. So I'll probably be, if I do lives, I'll probably be in the AM, late morning, early afternoon time slot. I definitely won't be up past 8 or 9 on a live stream.
Right, because that you
If I can
can't
help
be
it.
halt, right?
It's just hard to recover. Like if I stay up late one night, it throws off my whole week.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you, there's an old people problem, and that is waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to go back to sleep.
That's my life, T.
Chronic.
This morning I was up at, well, habitually now for like the last 2 weeks, I've been up at like, go to bed at like 7, wake up at like 1:30, and then try to fall back asleep until my alarm at like 3:30. But I'm usually running on like 5 hours of sleep on a daily basis on average.
Okay, Cindy, that's a good idea. I'll take your suggestion. She wants me to edge my butterflies. They're on such thin paper that it's kind of hard to edge them because they're just on basically copy paper. So there's nothing to kind of support them other than my fingers.
So we have some stencils. These are the Stampin' stencil sets that I think are brilliant from Tim Holtz.
Yes.
Because you get a little taste of the stamp set for a fraction of the price and
takes up a lot less space.
takes up a lot less space. I had, I think, close to 80% of all of Tim's stamps.
I know.
At one point, and it was excessive. It was crazy. They were epic. It was an epic craft room tour, I will say, but that's not what I'm going for these days.
Right. Right.
I do want to bring people along though and show them as I build my my supplies and tools from scratch. I think that would be fun. But
yeah.
We're just getting the essentials, and I'm gonna hope that my viewers will keep me accountable.
If one of my moderators wouldn't mind linking Ryan's Instagram, I recommend, if you because people have been asking about your address, and we're just distracted here. Like, oh, look, a chicken.
I can pop it in the chat.
Yeah.
Why not?
Or you can private message him on Instagram.
Here, you know what I'll do? I'll put in. That's my email. If anybody would like my address, until I get into the Glitter Grunge Greetings Gmail account, hopefully in a couple weeks, I'll be using my coloring channel email. So if anyone wants my address, there it is.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna hand stamp these because I don't want to open up my Tim Holtz platform just this moment. So I'm gonna stamp with some VersaFine Claire in Nocturne, which is my favorite for like detail, crisp black images. And I'm just gonna stamp out these little crow or raven silhouettes. It's a brand new stamp, so I'm gonna grab. Sorry. My on OBS when I record, I have like a noise suppression. Do I have that on now?
Got you.
Let me see if I have that on. Let me see.
Anytime I record, I do voiceover because there's at any given moment, Mike could come in and drop the F-bomb.
That's a good point. Or now in my case, one of my dogs in the house will bark.
Right.
Which was happening earlier when I was filming my trailer for the channel. But yeah, I'm really excited to, now that I got my stamping platform, to bust open that mandala maker from Gina K, because I really want to do that. I don't know why I didn't start in the middle. With the middle bird. We only get one stamp.
So Cindy, Cindy had asked me earlier about dye. Oh, she said the email didn't show up in the chat. I'll try and type it in. Hang on. Oh, that's probably because you're not probably allowed to put that stuff in the chat. I forgot. Oh yeah, dye is the messy palette, and she goes on at 7 o'clock my time, which is in about 10 minutes.
Okay. So we'll wrap up here in about 5.
And recover, right?
Yes, color and recover. I'll write it down.
I got it. RECOVER. Yeah, that's right. Take care, Bitty Penny. Thanks for stopping by. And I will use a sticker just because, and I literally mean that.
Color and recover at gmail.com. Ryan's email for address.
There you go.
I'm thinking I may just, I don't know if I'm going to continue on to my channel just to finish up this card, or if I should do a recording of it. I'm not sure. I got all warmed up now.
Right. Well, and to be fair, we had our share of technological issues.
I know. Took a big bulk of the time, sadly.
So, it's better to have issues than the whole subscription anyway.
T, you're funny.
I didn't make that up. I heard it somewhere else. I don't make anything up. I'm a little parrot.
Same. I break all the copyright rules when it comes to jokes. All right, let me see if I can space this out.
Okay, I got one card done and one background.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thanks.
That's beautiful. Man, I don't know what I'm going with here, but you can see the gist. I will I'll definitely make sure I post the finished card on my Instagram. So,
and you guys make sure you subscribe to Ryan's channel, hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time he uploads a new video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, blah 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 blah, do all the YouTubey things. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out, and especially to greet our old friend Ryan. So thank you so much, Ryan, for coming on my channel. I just so appreciate that. And I hope you guys have an amazing evening.
Bye. Thank you, T.
Bye.
Talk to you later.